The next gesture will have a few different translations, but they all mean the same thing. You'll hear grasping the swallow's tail, grasp the sparrow's tail, grasp the bird's tail. It all means the same thing. So before I actually do the whole gesture, I want to start with the hands first. So let's take it from the end of our ward off right with a supporting left hand. We're not going to do anything other than stay right in our Wu Chi stance and practice the hands only. From here, you're going to use your center to turn to the corner 45 degrees, palms up. Now you're going to go from the right front corner straight across the left rear corner based on this being my front. So use your center again to bring your hands past you. Right goes right past your nose, left hand goes right in front of your dantian. Reach back with your left hand, turn the right wrist out. You're setting up a ward-off hand because that's what you want when you bring this other hand in. Stay directly over your feet. Twist using your center to bring the left hand in and set up a pressing hand. I'll do a close-up of what this is going to look like in a few minutes. Expunge the hands forward, cut over the top, break apart, bring the hands back, drop them down, push forward, and up. Okay, all the way through, same deal. Turn the center to turn the hands 45 degrees to the corner, palms up. Use the center to bring them back. Again, I'm just pivoting on my vertebrae, staying perfectly vertical. Turn the right wrist out. Use the center to bring the left hand in to set up your press. Expunge the hands. When we do our stance, you'll see me using the center to do that. For now, we're just working the hands. And push away. Okay, let's do a couple on the other side since we have to do both directions of the form. Turn the center, 45 degrees to the left, palms up. Use the center to drag the hands to the right rear corner in this case. Turn the left wrist out. Use the center to bring the right pressing hand in, set up the press. Expunge the hands over the top, break apart, roll back, down, and up. Okay, one more time. Turn to the corner 45, palms up. Turn again, reach to the right rear corner, prepare the left ward-off hand, stay right here, turn on your vertebrae to bring the right hand in, expunge the press over the top, roll back, and push. So let's take a moment to look at the ward-off hand with the press. It's going to be a little tricky in the camera. I'll do the best I can. This is what it's going to look like from the front. You'll see that my thumb is missing and my fingers are over the top of my wrist. The way that I'd like to try to show you how to set this up, here's just another view. I'm doing a ward-off left hand. Again, my thumb is resting along my forearm and my fingers are extended but not stiff, slightly bent and relaxed. If I take my hand and look at the wrist and compare it to this knife edge of my right hand, this happens to be about the same match against the wrist itself. So to set up the press, if you just start with this knife edge and put it into where the wrist is, you can see that this will swing right around it. Now I'm pressing against my forearm, and if I face the camera, you can see that my thumb is above my forearm, and that's not the proper position. I'm just starting here with this idea of taking the knife edge, putting it in the wrist area, and then flopping my hand over. So that's kind of like part one of setting this up. From here, to finish it and make it proper, all I have to do is just pivot my hand so that my thumb will slide down and line up in the middle of my forearm. So again, I was like this a second ago. I'm going to pivot my hand and drop my thumb down behind my forehead. If I try to do this with my right hand, it probably won't be as clear. If I take my knife edge and stick it right inside my wrist, wraps around this. We do this form of pressing hands in the short form. So taking that notion, I will just turn my hand down, and you can see all my fingers are above my forearm, including my thumb, and that's not right. I need to twist this hand so that the thumb is parallel right in the middle of my forearm. I don't grip, I don't go stiff, I'm relaxed. So this is the pressing hand. So putting that all together a little closer up, looking at just the hands, I turn to the corner, palms up. Go directly to the rear corner, turn the right wrist out. This is when I'm going to slip my left hand in and find that spot where my thumb is parallel to the forearm. It's not up here, it's this way. Then I can expunge my hands forward. I'll break over the top, break my hands apart shoulder width, then kind of like the opening of the form where I roll the log down and up. So let's look at the footwork. Now normally footwork means that you're going to move around, and you might think, well, there's no footwork because we ended up with a bow stance and a ward off right with a supporting hand. The footwork I'm really referring to is holding the principle number 4, where we have the separation of the substantial from the insubstantial. So forgetting the hands for the moment, what I just kind of want to look at and bring to your attention is that when I sit back, I want to be strong in this leg here, which means that if I'm 100%, I should be able to pick up this right foot and put it down. I don't consider this a good test. I have to lift this foot up slowly and put it back down. Now when you put it back down, don't go forward. You still want to keep that separation until you're ready to do your press. So stay back, lift this leg, and put it down, and then come forward. Now we're going to test it 3 times. That's just what you're going to try to shoot for target-wise. But putting the hands into it, we're going to do 3 tests just so that you can prove to yourself that you have clearly separated yin from yang. So turning from my center, 45 degrees to the corner, palms up. Now this is where you want to sit back deep in that left leg and reach behind. So here's our first test. I'm going to pick my foot up and put it down slowly. Do not lean to do this. We don't want to try to counterbalance. You're always trying to keep a vertical alignment in Tai Chi Chuan. So you're going to sit here, pick up the foot, and put it down. Now I'm still going to stay here, turn on my center to bring my left hand to set up the press, but I still haven't moved forward. I can pick this up and put it down. Then I'm going to move my center, which will push my hands. So it's kind of like you're holding cards close to your chest. When you bring this around and you set this up, you move the center to push your hands. So from the side, it kind of be like push. Now, I'm not literally going to put my hands on my chest. When I bring this around, my hands are going to be spaced out in front of me a little bit, but I want you to get the sense of as if I had them on my chest, and by moving my hands, or by moving my center, it kind of like pushes my hands. So I will bring this around and have it a little bit in space in front of me, but move the center first to expunge the hands. Then we're going to do the same thing, okay? When we're back here, after we set up this press, we're going to test this again, just to make sure that I'm still 100% back here. Then I'm going to move my center, expunge my hands. To finish the gesture, I'm going to roll over the top, break my hands apart. I'm going to move my center back. So I'm going to lag my hands just a little bit as I pull my center back. This is kind of silk reeling in reverse. Sit back and test. Pick this up, put it down. Move my center forward as the hands come down, and then finish my push. So going all the way through, I'll do it in 2 directions, facing the camera. Oh, one other piece of advice. If your bow stance is too long, when you came off of your ward off right, if your stance is too long, you're not going to be able to sit back here. This is as far as I can go anatomically because I stepped too far forward. I can't pick up this foot at all because I can't get over this back foot. So you're going to have to try to find your sweet spot. Again, the bow stance is not a long stance, but you do have some forward progress. It's kind of like a 3x3 square that I'm standing in. So taking it from the front, just be careful that you have a medium bow stance. Going all the way through, turn to the corner, palms up. Sit back. Here's your first test. Again, don't move forward when you put the foot back down. Stay here. Pick it up, put it down. Turn on your vertebrae, set up your press, but test again. Pick it up, put it down. Move your center, expunge the hands. Roll back. Let's do one more test right here. Up and down. Push the center and then push the hands. From the side, war upright with support. Use the center, move to the corner 45 degrees, palms up. Sit back, totally empty the right leg, totally fill the left leg. Test yourself right here. Stay here. Bring the left hand in, got your ward off with your press hand. Test it again. Pick it up, put it down. Move the center first, then expunge the hands. Don't go past your front leg. You always want to keep your hands right about in front of your knee. A little bit in front is fine, but don't go way out here. Same with all of your other gestures that have your hands out in front. Over the top, break apart, roll back, so lag the hands a little bit. Move your center first. Center always leads the hands, always leads the appendages. Test right here. Okay, move the center first, then drop the hands and finish your push. All right, let's do it in the other direction. So if I'm doing the other direction of the form, everything's going to go to the left corner as far as the hands go. So turn the center, reach to the left front corner, palms up. Sit back, right here, test, pick it up, put it down. Use the center to bring your right hand in, set up your press, test, pick it up, put it down. Move your center, expunge your hands, don't go too far forward. Over the top, break apart, shoulder width, lag the hands, roll back, pull the hands, do one more test right here. Push the center, push the hands. Okay, and from this angle. Center turns to the left corner, palms up, sit back. Sit back strong, reach behind you, turn your left wrist out, pick up the left foot, put it down, slip the right hand inside here, pick it up, put it down, move the center, press over the top, roll back, sit, test, push center, finish the gesture. All this time my hips are forward. When I'm turning to the corner, that's one thing, but once I start doing the press, I'm sitting in my quad, it's all forward from that point on.